Hello friends, I extend a warm welcome to all to the first session of Communication Electronics, that is Communication Electronics Part 1. It deals with the basics of communication, history of communication and types of communication, the parameters of communication. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. Now let us start with the block diagram of communication system. As shown in figure, there are different blocks that are included in communication. So what are that? Let us see the structure first and then I am going to explain it. The first block is information source. Second one is the input transducer. Third one is the transmitter. Then we have the channel, receiver and output transducer. And you have a noise below the channel block. The information signal means the original signal that we want to communicate, we want to transmit from one point to another point. Basically, communication means transmission of information from one place to another place. Meaningful transmission of information. So, hence the first block is information source. So it may be sound, it may be picture, speech, data, etc. This is the original information that is applied to the second block, that is what input transducer. As you know that transducer means a device which transfers one form of signal into another form. So hence input transducer transfers the information source, that is original information, into the electrical form. That is the principle of input transducer. The information signal in the electrical form is applied to a transmitter. What is the function of transmitter? Transmitter transmits this electrical form through the channel towards the receiver. So, according to the type of transmitter, the information can be transmitted in a free space or by using a wire. If baseband transmission is there, then the information can be transmitted with the help of wire. If broadband transmission is there, then information can be transmitted in a free space. In broadband communication, information signal, electrical form of information signal is converted to electromagnetic form and then travel through or transmitted through the transmitter. The transmitted information can be traveled through the channel. Channel means the medium through which the information can be transmitted. So in wireless communication it is a free space. For example, in mobile phone. In mobile phone, transmit the information in a free space. Through this free space, it travels and arrives at receiver. During the transmission, the noise will get added in the information because it travels through the free space, for example. So at the receiver, the information is contaminated with the noise. Means the original information plus unwanted signals are there at the receiver. So what happened? Receiver receives that contaminated noise. It eliminates the noise and generates the original form of signal, and that form is applied to the output transducer. So what happened? In output transducer transmits the electrical form of signal into the original form. That is, for example, in mobile phone communication, the information in the form of sound, because here person A wants to communicate with person B, which is here only, then its original information in the form of sound. So input transducer converts sound energy into electrical form. Then the electrical form, as mobile communication is wireless communication, is transmitted into electromagnetic form. Transmitter transmit that information in a free space with the help of antenna. Through the free space, it travels and arrives to the person B mobile. Person B mobile receives that information, really filter out the noise and convert that electrical form into the sound, and hence person can be able to listen that. So this is the block diagram of communication system. Let us move towards the definition. I told you the definition, but here I am going to revise that. Basically, what is the communication? Transmission of information from one place to another place, but the transmission must be meaningful. Okay, so let us take the example. Here two peoples are considered, one yellow one and the another one is blue. Okay, both are happy, that means they understand each one language, hence they can communicate without barrier, they can understand each other. But suppose this yellow person is Tamil and this one is Marathi, so can they understand each other language? No. So they must understand each one language. Okay, so in communication the transmission must be meaningful, it must be understood by the transmitter and the receiver. Okay, so this is the definition of communication system. Here this figure shows the concept of communication system. So let us see, these two blocks are nothing but a transmitter and these two blocks are receiver. Now see, transmitter can be acts as a transmitter as well as receiver, and here receiver can act as a receiver plus transmitter. For example, whenever you talk with the help of your mobile, you can talk as well as you can listen. Both the process phenomenon can be happen simultaneously, listening and speaking. That means you can act as a transmitter as well as receiver, because you are talking while you are listening. At the same time, your friend, when you are talking with your friend also function as a receiver and transmitter, because he is also talking and receiving. That means he also function as a transmitter and receiver. So this is the concept. That means the source, the transmitter can transmit the information, then the another part can be function as a receiver. When this part can be function as a source, then the first part can be function as a receiver. This is the concept of communication system. And let us see the history. See, this figure shows the history of communication system, that is communication timeline. So initially the smoke signals are used for the communication purpose. Okay, this is what the carrier pigeon, you know that pigeon can be was used in past for the communication purpose. Then Morse codes are used, some codes are used for the communication purpose. Then you have the wireless radio, then landline telephone, then fax, then mobile telephone, nowadays internet, then nowadays you are using email. Next you have a handheld device, and what next? So this process is this process will be continuously evaluated in future also. So you might be there will be again new invention that can not be imagined by us. Now let us move towards the electromagnetic spectrum. I just told you that electrical waveform cannot be transmitted through the free space. So what we have to do in electronic communication system, the electrical waveform can be transmitted into the electromagnetic waves. So what do you mean by electromagnetic wave? The waveform which consists of both electric and magnetic field are known as electromagnetic wave. The electromagnetic wave cover a long distance. That means you can communicate from this place to any place in the world. The electromagnetic waves can easily travel through the free space, and the entire electromagnetic wave is known as electromagnetic spectrum. Now let us see what is meant by electromagnetic spectrum with the help of given figure. This figure shows the electromagnetic spectrum. This figure, that is like a spring, is nothing but the whole electromagnetic spectrum, which consists of radio waves, infrared rays, visible light, ultraviolet rays, X-rays and gamma rays. The whole from this end to this end is known as electromagnetic spectrum. This side is here written is high wavelength, low frequency, low energy. That means the waves at these points have high wavelength, low frequency and low energy, whereas the waves at these points are high frequency, low wavelength and high energy. Visible lights are those light which can be seen by the eyes. It has the colors like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo and violet. Hence these lights are known as visible light. Now let us summarize what is meant by electromagnetic radiation. It is a form of energy that travels through space as waves, called electromagnetic radiation for short. Electromagnetic spectrum means the variety of forms of EM radiation such as radio waves, microwaves, visible rays and X-rays. That is known as electromagnetic spectrum. Let us move towards the types of communication system. This flow chart, this tree diagram gives us the types of electro communication system. Basically, the communication system is divided in three categories. First one is known as the communication system according to the direction. Second one is according to the nature of signal, and third one is according to the transmission techniques. So, according to the direction, the communication system can be divided into simplex system, half duplex system, full duplex system. According to the nature, analog system and digital system, whereas according to the transmission, baseband and broadband. So this is only the diagrammatical representation. So let us see the types one by one. Let us start with the first type according to the direction. That means in what direction the data can be transmitted, that is from transmitter to receiver, or it is transmitter to receiver and again receiver to transmitter. So according to this direction of data, there are two types, simplex communication system and second one is duplex communication system. Duplex communication system again subcategorized as half duplex and full duplex. So let us start with the simplex communication system. Simplex communication system means in which the data can be transmitted from transmitter to receiver, that means only in one direction, that is known as simplex communication system. The figure shows the simplex communication system. Let us consider television communication system or telebroadcasting system. In this system, the data can be transmitted through the transmitter, that means from this antenna in one direction towards the television. We cannot transmit data from the television towards the antenna, that means only in one direction the data can be transmitted, that is from antenna to television. Hence it is known as simplex communication system, that is only in one direction. Let us move towards the duplex. The first type of duplex is half duplex communication system. The example given here, half duplex means data can be transmitted in both the direction but not the simultaneously. That means first transmitter transmits the data, then receiver receives, and after receiving it will be retransmit the data. For example, walkie-talkie. In walkie-talkie, at a time only data can be transmitted, not the simultaneously. Okay, that means when this walkie-talkie transmits the data, which is shown by green right mark, at the same time this walkie-talkie only receives, it cannot retransmit the data. That means transmission can be takes place in this direction at a time, not in this direction. See the second figure, when this walkie-talkie transmits the data towards this one, this walkie-talkie remains idle, it cannot retransmit. That means again the transmission can be takes place only in one direction. Hence, duplex communication system means data can be transmitted in both the direction but not the simultaneously. Hence, it is known as half duplex communication system. Now, let us move towards the full duplex communication system. Full duplex communication system means data can be transmitted in both the direction simultaneously. That means the best example is mobile communication, in which data can be transmitted at the same time it can be received. This can be takes place in both the direction, hence it is known as full duplex communication system. Next one is according to the nature of signal. You know that there are two types of electronic signal, analog and second one is digital. So hence there are two types of communication system according to the nature of signal. First one is analog communication. The communication system in which only analog signals are transmitted from one point to another point is known as analog communication system. For example, frequency modulation, amplitude modulation. Digital communication system. A communication system in which data can be transmitted in the form of digital only, that is known as digital communication system. Now, communication system depending on the nature of transmission. In the block diagram, I told you there are two way of transmission system, baseband and broadband. That means wireless communication system and wired communication system. Simply you remember, if wire is used for the communication system, then it is known as wired communication system. If wire is not used for the communication system, then it is known as wireless communication system. So first one is baseband communication system. That means in this communication system, the wire is used for the communication purpose. For example, landline telephones. Baseband communication system, if the information is transmitted without modulation with the help of wires, is known as baseband communication system. Second type is broadband communication system. In this communication system, the wire is not used. Instead of wire, free space is used for the communication system. In this system, modulation is required for the modification of signal. Hence, again, it is also known as the information is transmitted with the help of modulation is known as broadband communication system. Now, let us move toward the noise. What do you mean by noise? Okay, noise means unwanted signal. When suppose this person is communicate with this person, and if the disturbance is occurred, this is the disturbance. For example, thundering or lightning. If this kind of disturbance is occur, then that disturbance in the communication between these two people is known as noise. So what do you mean by noise? Noise is unwanted signal that is contaminated in the information, that is added in the information, is known as noise. Noise is unwanted signal. It adds interference during the communication. It adds disturbance in the communication. It added during the transmission. Now let us move towards the next parameter that is related to the noise, that is signal to noise ratio. What do you mean by signal to noise ratio? Signal to noise ratio means how many noise is present in your original signal, original information. That parameter gives you signal to noise ratio. It is an effective way used to measure the impact of noise. How many noise is added in your original signal? That measures gives you the signal to noise ratio. It is defined as the ratio of average input signal power to the average input noise power. Okay, that means what? If the signal noise power is more, then signal will be contaminated. So noise must be less for the proper communication. So thank you very much.